Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, we like to say welcome to another edition of the Bottom Line Liberia program. This program comes your way every Tuesday and Wednesday, or Fridays, pardon me, every Tuesday and Friday. And on this program, we do discuss political issues, issues of human interest, uh, just about anything about Liberia, about Liberians. So we welcome you to be a part of the program this evening, and we ask that you do share the video with your friends and your groups. My name is Linford Goa, and along with me is Mr. Paul Chilople as one of the panelists here. We have Jamal Kamara, who is also one of the panelists. He will be joining us pretty soon. And we have as a guest panelist tonight. We say guest panelist because he's not always here, and he's here for the first time since the bottom line started, Mr. Uh, Dukley from the UK. But gentlemen, quickly, I'll come to you guys, and you can tell us how how you feeling this evening to be a part of the show. We start with Mr. Douglas saying he's the first. This is the first time coming on the show. Mr. Douglas, are you hearing us?
Thank you very much. For point of correction, please. I'm not Dukley. I'm Morris Dolly.
Dolly, okay, Mr. Dolly. I'm sorry. My
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, I'm hearing you people loud and clear. I'm so glad to be part of the conversation tonight.
And I understand you are in the UK. That one is correct.
Yes, I am
Okay,
the
I got that one correct.
chairperson.
Now, tell me, how's the weather from your end today?
Uh, the weather today was really, really fantastic. But early in the morning, it was so cold, freezing. The weather was fooling everybody. When you come out, you think it's sunny, but the cold on our air was too terrible. But however, we managed to go through it.
Okay, that's it. That's the European part of us. Paul.
Well, good evening, guys. Good evening to our listening audience. It's good to be back here on another edition of Bottom Line. I'm happy to be here, and I'm kind of excited, looking forward to tonight's show.
Great. Me too. And like I said, tonight we'll be discussing a number of things, but basically we'll be starting with uh, today was International Women's Day. The 8th of March is International Women's Day. This is not about Liberia. This is not about Norway. It's not about UK, but it is about the entire world and all women. You know, women are the engine of the world because if women are not there, we will not be born. And great things, great men that do great things will not be here to do great things. So we all pay tribute to all women today, to our mothers, our sisters, our wives, and in fact, all women are mothers. All women are mothers. So on behalf of the bottom line, we want to say Happy International Women's Day to all women in the world, wherever you are. We salute you. Great. And so today, um, International Women's Day, there have been some developments in the news. For example, Mr. Alexander Cummings today was visited by two distinguished ladies, and they visited Mr. Cummings at his office to actually have some interview with him, and we have some clips here, but we sorry that that clip was not transformed for us to play it. Okay, but we'll play from the cell phone. If you don't get the video very well, just listen to the audio and listen to what some of the things they discuss, and then we'll go also to another clip. This time we'll show you on the on the screen. And in that clip, there is something there that I want us to talk about. But let's hear from the group with Mr. Cummings first.
to my second question, but I don't think I should answer it just because I've already explained it. I was going to ask how have they made him into a successful man and family, and you've already explained. So
But let me just go back a little bit more in the sense that they are very strong and independent. They have it covered. Only to do the right things at the right time. My sisters and my daughter, they don't put me any slack. They don't allow me to have any double standards. So I give a simple example. The typical Liberian man, you want your daughter to cook or wash dishes, and my daughter said, no. That white guy also cook sometimes and do the dishes and that kind of stuff. And so it sounds simple. And I don't pretend to be perfect in this area because I have all the biases going up. But that's one example. And similar to Teresa, family, we are cooking books. When we don't cut me any slack as a wife. And those things that help the group. And to see that is together.
Okay. I'm sorry for the quality of the audio and also the video. We couldn't transform it for it to be on the screen. But basically, the two women, one from some human rights international group, and the other lady, I guess, she's also from another organization, and they went there to solely interview Mr. Cummings on this International Women's Day. And the first question was, who are the most influential women in his life? And he mentioned his wife, his children, his grandchildren, and how he's surrounded by all of these people. The video is online. You can go there and watch it for yourself. And he paid tribute to them. And the second question was, how had they made him great man? And he said, well, like most Liberian men, they will allow their daughters to either do the dishes or do the cooking. But he, Mr. Cummings, can chip in from time to help and to do some of these things. And his sisters, his wife, his children, as women, they also advise him to do things. And that's why has kept him on course all the time. Mr. Tukle, Dolly, sorry, I don't know why the Tukle name keep popping. Mr. Morris Dolly, you are a married man. You know about marriage life. You know about the way women influence us. Let me take it to your doorstep. Today is Women's Day, International Women's Day. How has your all of the women in your life, your daughters, your sisters, your mom, and your wife, how have they influenced you personally?
To be realistic, in the first place, the first teacher of every living being is your mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's your first teacher.
I just learned that.
So she teach you how to walk. She teach you how to talk. She teach you how to know left and right. That's your first teacher. So they are very, very essential in our life as a human being. So our mothers, the best friend of any man is your wife. Sometimes you're sleeping, she look over you. So women are very much important in human life. So we should take women a very serious object. So for me, I got high regard, more especially my wife I have, very talented woman, respectful woman, intelligent, highly educated. She's a doctorate degree holder in sociology. She's a very hardworking woman. I love her to the best of my ability. I hope that we should have high regard for women because people that don't have regard for women, I look at them as the calculated idiots. So I will stop there for now and turn it over to my chairman, Mr. Chuloplate, and one of the talented brother we have in our midst. I think he will come over 1 or 2 words.
Paul, it's in your lap. You see,
Well,
Mr. Dolly, come on in,
Yeah.
go ahead and give it to you.
yes, I like his style of putting salt and pepper on something and just dashing it. But I mean, I would say shout out to all the ladies in the world. Happy International Women's Day. First, I will start with what Dolly said. Your first teacher is your mom. which is true. Because I can remember at the age of 10, I started cooking. My mom taught me how to cook and how to bake shortbread and to fix donut at that very age. So and that came handy when I traveled to Russia for study. I could cook my own food. So it just tells you that, yeah, the mothers, they play a key role in our lives. And most time, if I want to take decision, I get inspiration. My inspiration, you see, that I carry is from my mom. My mom, people used to say, oh, she's a female, but she was a man. Because her thought was different. She behaved like men. Now they will say tomboy. That was my mom. So, and then in my home, if I'm stressed out or make any decision when a madam is around, they will say something to you that will make you to start thinking. They just, you have problem, just say something. They will ask you question. That question they will throw to you. It will start getting you to think. Say, okay, let me look at it this way. So yes, without them, we can't do anything. You can't live without them. You can't do anything without them. Everything is them. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms in the world, to our sisters, our daughters. Happy Mother's Day, and have a wonderful Mothers International Mothers and Women's Day. I call them mothers. So I'll say Happy Mother's Day. I don't have to wait for that day to say Happy Mother's Day. They are all mothers.
I think it will be very unfair if I don't throw in my experience too. But like Mr. Dolly said, our very first teacher in our lives is our moms, and I just learned that, not that I didn't know, but I just got to put it. I mean, learn it in that context. But personally, Paul, like you said, women are very important in our lives. First of all, they give us the life that we breathe today. God created us and passed us to them for us to come onto this earth. And so that imagine you got almost 7 billion people in the world today. Everybody was
Yeah,
born by woman. Can you imagine?
yeah,
Can you imagine? That's a great word. So we
yeah.
pay tribute to women, and like you said, Paul, rightly, they help us to make decisions. And
That's right.
sometimes women, you know, somebody told me once, long time ago, that if women want to, if they really want to, they can tie rope on our necks and they'll walk us in the street like dog. Women, because they can influence us so many ways. But to cut long matter short, I want to join my colleagues to say Happy International Women's Day. But today was Women's Day. And when we look at all of the things that have been happening in Liberia to women of late, we have had rape cases, we have had women being whipped, women being forced into marriage, women being thrown out of their homes by the husbands, women being, I mean, a lot of things have been going against women. And the latest of it is a 3-year-old child that was raped just recently. And today we are having International Women's Day. But the funny thing about it is that most of the people that we look to as decision makers in Liberia have not been making any effort in that direction to actually protect the rights of women. I'll play you a clip by former Vice President Joseph Boakai, a man who is supposed to be the quote unquote political godfather of Liberia for now, the man quote unquote the most popular man, the man quote unquote who is the wisest man. Okay, I have not. Maybe one of you here, the four of us, one of us have heard him criticize or become very vocal against the abuse of women's rights in Liberia of late, or even during his administration as vice president for 12 years. There were rapes, there were a lot of things happening. But I don't know whether he has said anything. But let me play a clip from him, and then you will see the deceit in what he said.
Now, we want to wish you a happy International Women's Day as we join you in breaking the barriers. We want to say to you that we stand with you, we support you in your endeavors to make sure that we bring dignity and honor to womanhood. God bless you, and we wish you a very very, very happy day.
Okay. I don't know if you all got all the messages or all the words from that message. He said, let me recap, Mr. Dolly, then we'll come in. He said he was wishing the women, not only of Liberia, but internationally, Happy Women's Day. He wanted to assure them that they stand by them, they support them in their endeavor to bring dignity to them. So I don't know, from my own perspective, like I said before, I have not heard this man being vocal on the ills against women and children in our society. But today, he can proudly sit in the comfort of his home and say that he stands by women. I don't know, how has he been standing by women, or how is he standing by women? Probably I'm wrong. Some of you can tell me.
All right. Am I allowed to say one or two words?
Yeah. You are on the panel.
Excuse me. You see, basically, because of his status today as a political leader, he was compelled to come out to say one or two words. But from my understanding, my observation on his activity in our liberal political discourse, I have not heard him making any strong remind in terms of protecting women in our country. For one fact, he was 12 years vice president of that country, and a lot of situation went on. So many abuse took place against women. He didn't say a word. He didn't take no step towards the punishment of those that did this act. But because of political reason that's the reason why he coming out today to make this kind of statement, which is they should have no juice. That's how I see it to be. It's my personal opinion.
Right. And again, let me re-echo that what we say is our personal opinion. People do not have to like what we say, but that's
No.
how we feel, and nobody has to dictate to us how we feel and what we say and what we do. So, for our former vice president, who is now the leader of the Unity Party, who wants to run to become president of Liberia, who has been very mute from my own point of view, who have been very mute when it comes to all of the ills, all of the bad things that are happening against women in our society. He has never said a word. But now on Women's Day, he comes to say that they are standing with, or he is standing with women. He is supporting their endeavor to bring dignity to them. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me something, Paul.
Well, the thing is election season now. Called it, because the next 19 to 18 months, people will be electing people, and he one of the contenders. So what happened here is from the body language, from looking at that video you just played, it was like he been forced to come out to say something. But there's been a lot of rape cases lately in Liberia. He have not said anything to condemn the situation that is happening, even to hold the government feet to fire. He hasn't said anything. But it's like he was forced out of his comfort zone to come and just say something. It was short. He said like he was sleeping or something, but the body language said he was forced to do it. So I don't think he mean well, because if he mean well for women, he would be one of those people every day. How can people in Liberia rape a 3-year-old baby? He haven't said anything. I mean, so I just look at the body language like he was forced. That's my opinion on his appearance today.
And do you think this political gimmick, this political trick, you think women will buy that. Women will go into it and say, "Oh yes, the former VP and the United Party candidate for now really cares about us."
Well, I would say some women will buy it because remember, Liberia situation is a trouble situation. People come from the ethnic people from that side. It was yeah, it was good thing that he spoke. So they will buy it. People will vote for him. They went to the poll today. Yeah, but there are a lot of ills in the society. He have not spoken on it. So I mean, it's just one of the things. Maybe he was forced out of his bedroom this morning. His wife told him, "Say you have to say something." Maybe that's what brought him out. I might be wrong, but it's my opinion.
Yeah. I think we are just speculating. But Jamal, do you hear us? Have you?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
You hear me?
Well, very very well. We play a clip from former VP Boaka where he addressed the women of Liberia and internationally, and he said they stand with the women, they support them in their endeavor to bring dignity to them. And this is a man who is a political wise man in Liberia, the forerunner of the Unity Party. He's been there all the time. He's in Liberia, present on the ground. And every day in Liberia, there's rape case. There is something against women and children. And like I said, maybe you, Jima, have heard anything from him in condemnation, but I've not heard it. But he comes out today to say he stands with women. Does that surprise you at all?
Well, thank you very much for having me, Lynn, for being away for a little while. Do you hear me loud and clear?
Very clearly.
Okay. You see, the thing is now with Ambassador JMB, it's about the Liberian politicians in general. We have these crimes going on around the country. Today, they have to come out and say they're in solidarity with our sisters, our mothers, and our wives. When these heinous crimes have been committed across the country, nothing's happening. We didn't see the politician going. I'm not specifically speaking about JMB, about Liberian politicians in general. The big guns, they should be out there. Rape cases all over the place. Nobody's coming there. They just come and make these empty statements. We're in solidarity. We support you. I know if you go to the police stations, there are a lot of rape cases on the docket and in the court rooms. So what we are saying is stop playing lip service. Go out there and give the action. Support them. Push the government to the bridge. Push the government to the brink. Make the government take action. So let the law take its own course. Uh, my observation on the ambassador coming out, JMB coming out to say something, it's not surprising. Everybody can sit anywhere and say anything nice to satisfy us. How many of Liberians to see that? Well, especially on Facebook or whatever it is. We expect them to go on the national radio, speak to them in a very language they don't understand. Now, when they're speaking, I'm saying we need to take action, my brother, to stop these crimes. To stop these crimes. That's what I would say. Now, when the GMB, other politicians, other big names in Liberia need to stand out there. Our sisters are crying in pain. You see, every day there's a rape case in our country, and nothing's been done about it. So that's all I can say to this case, brother.
Yeah, you are right. The big names, the president, I mean, to be specific, the president, the justice minister, the minister of gender and children's rights, and all these things, all these people should be at the forefront of the fight against any mistreatment of
Yeah.
children and women and anybody for that matter. We men too, we got feeling. But uh, we now transition to another very important topic that I want us to talk about. I hope Paul is there and Mr. Dugley is in and out. Let me just remove him. But what I want us to talk about right now is there is this news about uh, the Liberty Party, headed by or chaired by Mr. Musa Beliti. It's the only party now standing with the ANC in the CPP, the original member, the two original members from the four. The two of them standing and two are gone. Now, of late, especially like 2 days ago, we started to hear that Mr. Ability is threatening to leave the ANC because of some quote unquote memorandum of understanding that was signed between the ANC and uh, the Liberty Party. We do not have details. We have not heard from the ANC. We have not heard from the ANC, and so whatever we'll be saying here is just we 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 just we put it in a context. We just comparing because what I heard from people have been running with this thing, especially people who want to see the ANC crumble. People have been going around. Oh, Musa Benedict is this kind of person. Musa Benedict is this kind of person. Why, in the first place, did the Liberty Party people allow him to chair that party? And in fact, why would Mr. Cummings have him in the ANC? And you know, even some people do not have the correct information, but they try to make it they prejudge it, they make it to look ugly. And so we too, like I said, we do not have the correct information. But let's look at it other ways too. Let's put into context. Now, the ANC, like I said, the ANC and the Liberty Party are the only two original members of the CPP state standing as a CPP. Now, let's say we are just assuming, let's assume that there was any memorandum of understanding, which of course should have existed among the four parties if they were stayed together as collaboration. They all were bringing things to the table as parties. And they will say, well, I, John Brown, I bring my party, you, Mary Paul, you bring your party, we all put together, we go against the ruling party. If we win, what does my party get? What does the next party get? I think that was part of also the arrangement of the CPP originally. I'm not too sure, but I think logically it should be. So if the other two parties have gone away and the other two parties still remain, let's say that there is a kind of memorandum of understanding between the other remaining two parties. Does that really contravene anything? Does that break any law? Is it bad? I mean, we are not saying that there is a memorandum of understanding because we have not heard from the ANC camp yet to deny or confirm. There are people are just speculating that Musa Belize is pulling away because of this memorandum of understanding that is supposed to be. So, but my question here is, if there is anything like that, or if there should be anything like that, is it really wrong that parties that are coming together will agree that okay, you can, I would, if we all go and we succeed, I will get this and I will get that.
Yeah, point. Can I say something, please? Am I permitted to say something?
Yeah, say your view.
Thank you very much. In the first place, in political activities, politics is an interest. It's not like a charitable organization. Political party is not like a charitable organization. To say you want to do something, you don't want no one to even know it. But politics is about interest. There's no way that anywhere in the world or two different political parties will get together overcoming all with their interests. That is out of caution. We seen it. Even the government that in the ruling parties, I mean the ruling government right now, which is a CDC. CDC have marriage with two other political parties, and they put some. They put some interest before then. They take the vice president position. Some of them take different positions, and they go with it. That I don't think that is wrong for ANC to share anything with Liberty Party, so long they are getting together as a political party. So I don't see anything wrong with that. So, but my advice to ANC in this matter is ANC need to look at the situation very, very carefully and handle it the best possible way that things not slip out of hand. That because ANC is a someone in the Liberian political discourse today that all the old draconian political parties that been existing from time of memorials want to see the ANC go back in the drainage. So they didn't want it to exist. So and they will use all these kind of things then against ANC tomorrow if the ANC does not handle it carefully. So my advice is ANC need to come up to make a strong statement to give assurance to the Liberian people that this marriage or this particular situation between the ANC and Liberty parties is on code, it's now wobbling, and it's going to remain, and they agree to 10, and they're going to abide by whatever agreement they have among themselves.
Okay. Um, Jamel, you have anything to add there?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, the situation what we have on hand now is we can't preempt because we wait for ANC to make official statement on this. It was yesterday Musa came on the Spoon TV to make comment concerning his view whether some kind of agreement between he and the ANC. But what I want to say to you is that we have to hold on to ANC make an official statement on this so we know where to stand from. But whatever the case may be, there may be some kind of arrangement between them. So we don't know. So I can't say anything right now. Until see what happened. Well, the official statement for ANC will let us know where we stand. Well, until then, I think I would like to hold on to my comment until there's an official statement from the ANC with regard to it's an arrangement between LP and ANC and what are the slot offer, what are the arrangement they came down with. So from there, we can see what to say, what I can comment on. Until then, I want to hold on to my comment for now.
It wasn't really like your comment or what you think, but it was just like a question, throwing it out. Like Mr. Dolly rightly said, politics interest and political parties coming
Oh
together
yeah,
to form
definitely.
coalition.
Yeah, definitely. From that point, I think anybody for that Musabe or whoever must have an aspiration. He won't be giving his full support to ANC without having something on the table. I mean, we don't know what was put on the table. That's my point. I don't know what
Yeah.
Musa wants or what LP wants. But what we want to know here, before you make comment on those things, you know what was the agreement about. You don't know the agreement.
Yes.
So what
Yeah.
was the agreement? What ANC is dragging her feet? Or what is Musa coming up to yesterday talking about? There are some issues need to be clarified, or they need to sign some paper. They need to go to a convention before they make statement. Before then, the ANC, I'm just a little bit surprised that today ANC has not made any official statement with regard to Musa's statement. I mean, that's a little bit late. With this kind of situation, we expect to clear the air for the partisans and sympathizers of ANC. So I hope
Yeah, yeah.
the leadership will come
Probably
together.
they don't see it with. I mean, it doesn't have any bearing or magnitude
It
from that
does.
end.
It
But
should.
Paul,
It should have. It definitely should have because LP is a big gun in Liberian politics, and we should take seriously. I think they are working.
mhm,
I don't know. I think they may be doing some work together. It will be addressing the issue as soon as possible. I think so. I believe definitely will.
yeah, probably. Paul, how do you look at it? The question here is whether it is wrong or it is really in place that political parties coming together will come with interest. Let me pull it in the context of when we were growing up. We had this thing where we all in the evening smell no taste. Okay, if you want to eat, you gotta bring something. Somebody will bring the oil, somebody will bring the rice, somebody will bring the fire coal, somebody will bring matches, somebody will bring sardine or tinapa or something. And then we form a group right there. So you I didn't bring nothing, you don't get anything. So we coming together as a conglomeration of friends to make our little SNT. We all make sure that we bring something. So if we put in that context with the political parties, do you think it's actually wrong that political parties coming together will have some interest to put on the table as well, just in case they will be successful?
Well, the thing is, firstly, I will start with the framework document to go. There were four parties that came together, right? And they had
Mhm.
agreement. Whichever become the standard bearer will have to pick somebody from the constituent party. That was the agreement they had, right? And two people fell out. They left. So it remained two. So obviously that the other person who in there now stand a chance to push forward what they want to push forward. So we don't know what sort of agreement that they have. So we can't preempt it now. But
Mhm.
I just saying because of the situation happening in Liberia, we have a lot of spin doctors, propagandists that will pick any little thing to run with it. So in this situation that happened, I think it was Friday that this Spoon started running this propaganda that Liberty Party are leaving. So I think Musa ability coming out to clear the air. That's what he did. To put the way they were spinning it, he came in to just explain. But I think there's some sort of thing happening in the background we don't know about until we hear from ANC before we get a bigger picture. But when it comes to politics, everything is interest. Nobody get into or a arena, especially big party like Liberty Party and ANC, to say, oh, they know there'll be some sort of interest in it. Everybody have their own sort of interest. So we don't know yet, but I think it is interest. They have their interest, they have their goal. Remember, they have contested for the presidency for I don't know how many years. So definitely they are being on board. They will have a lot of things that they want for their party. So let's wait on ANC and see what is there. But I wanted to put this in perspective too. The government have the propaganda arm, like Spoon TV. Any little thing they will run with it, they will spin it the way they want to spin it. And that's what Water Spoon are doing. Spin it the way he wanted to do it. I think most of believe they coming out, they don't clear the air a little bit. So when ANC have the time to clear the air, then we'll get a bigger picture. So for the time being, we'll wait until ANC come on and see whether it's true. Because we don't know. We're only speculating. So wait.
Okay, I think we got a good point here. Every one of us got a good point. We don't know what we're talking about, but the only thing we want to know, get straight to the public, because like you said, the government has its propaganda wing, and they are fighting. They pick the simplest thing and enlarge it and blow it out of proportion. And so,
Yeah, so
and
before let me
this
say
is definitely
something
kind
before
of
you move to the other. Let me ask something. Remember, Mr. Cummings came out once and said he will make George Weah one-term president. You remember he saying that?
yeah.
ANC and Liberty Party can make George Weah one-term president. So anything that will go wrong in there, they will spin it to the maximum. So it's a political season, so we should be mindful. I just want to throw that in there.
Okay,
Linford, I
yeah.
think, yeah, if you before you let Andrew come here, I can honestly tell you that whatever the decision, LP and ANC will have an agreement. They will have a definitely agreement. There may be some political rumbling somewhere around there. It happens. Any situation can happen, like you said. This is not LP. Is not for Christmas to be supporting ANC throughout. They need something. They will put a bargaining chip on the table for something. But then we should listen until ANC leadership come and tell us what is the side of their story. Musa has come up to say something. We want to hear from ANC leadership. I think they will come up very soon. So it's good to clear the air sooner, so the people will not take advantage of the situation and turn it the other way around. There's a
Yes.
season that like you're saying, we're all talking about it. I don't think we should wait so long. Clear the air as soon as possible. Rapid response to issues like these, so you need to get the people to sit down and be thinking, what's going on around here? The issue of trust will be a question in this whole thing. So we should be able to talk about these things. It's a little bit a sensitive issue. So we before the end of this week, I hope ANC will come and make a position on this, and so they can have this behind us and move on and get Georgia out of the place.
Okay, we'll look at a few comments here. We like we said on behalf of this platform, we do not have the details of if any document was signed between the ANC and the Liberty Party, Musa ability and Cummings, like people are saying. We do not know. We do not have anything like that. Besides what we all are hearing and speculating. Okay, so some people are making comments here, and the comments they are making, we don't want to be held responsible for it. It is not from our platform, it is from their own belief. One commenter said here that ability is playing political gamble. I don't know what the commenter meant by that, but and I don't know what political gamble ability is playing. Then the next one here says that there should be no memorandum of understanding, that is MOU, outside of the CPP framework. Besides the CPP is still recruiting other parties. Why ability wants to blackmail Mr. Cummings or force himself as VP? you see, like what Paul Riley said, the government has its propaganda wing. And whatever they take and run with it to the public, and given the kind of educational level we have in our country, given the vulnerability of our people to accepting anything that comes that way, to digesting any information they get without properly verifying it, people will tend to believe. Now, it is going out there in the air or in a public space that Bilete is actually wanting to be VP. Bilete is forcing himself, you know, and like the commenter said, blackmailing Mr. Cummings. So, like Jamil, you actually said it right in. Let the ANC come out and clarify the air, or else we'll have these conspiracy theorists being, going along with the propaganda from the government side, and it will develop into a lot of things, and a lot of people will come to buy into
Yeah.
to these lies, insinuations, and innuendos. Yeah.
I was really-
Yeah,
So we
it's
we
true.
we yeah.
People have the right to come up with their opinion. That's how they feel. But you and me, Jamal, we all here. We are age that we can want to contest any post in Liberia, presidency. As long as you reach that benchmark, you have what is required. So if Musa Ability want to be president, vice president, senator, that's his right. So he's not blackmailing. The party went into a collaboration with another party. There were four parties. So all the four parties went in there with interest. They didn't just go there and say, oh, yeah, we'll support this person. They all had interest. Remember the first framework document that came out that they divided posts among them saying the country went outrage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone went in there with interest. So it's only two parties now there. So the two parties, the other party will push their agenda. What they think they can get. So everybody there for interest. It's not a
Okay.
most ability single-handedly. No, it's the entire Liberty Party that went in there for something else. Just how ANC went in there for interest with their interest. That's how the other parties are.
Yeah. You see, what I want to say here is one thing that I believe that we the Liberians we believe in too much of sentiments, sometimes travel sentiment, political sentiment, all this kind of hatred, and mind you, this kind of unnecessary statement does not help. Like some of the comment that I just said that Musa Belete is trying to blackmail Alexander Kumi. I don't see it to be a good language to be stated by anybody in this kind of situation. And every single person is supposed to know politics is about interest. Nobody go into marriage, political marriage with another political party to just be a bystander, to be a spectator. No, you go in there with your interest, you put it on the table, you discuss it, you come to a term, and you do it. So it's not about somebody coming to help you to go there and he too cannot go get what he want to get. It's not like that. Let the people start making this kind of unnecessary statement to cause an animosity among the two, because the people seeing the Liberty Party and ANC going together concomitantly, putting some strength together. They don't want to see it happening, and they want to see it falling apart. There's a lot of people in the all political party area. They want to see the spirit, and which the ANC and the Liberty Party need to take it into consideration to consolidate whatever situation among themselves, to work on it the best possible way they can. But my concern and advice is ANC need to come up as soon as possible to clear the air for people to know what actually is their intention.
Okay. Right there. I hope you read that, Mr. Dolly, and read a couple of comments here. Um, Chardelia Brown Chilope says ANC should really be proactive on these things and be transparent in communication. The same thing we are talking, and Mr. Dolly just highlighted. Let the ANC come out and be clear, very clear. Then Orita Menon says here, I think ANC should be, or ANC should handle this matter thoughtfully, very thoughtfully. And this is a song that we have been singing. So we are hoping that maybe within 1 or 2 days time, which I think is too late, uh, tomorrow up to Friday, I think the ANC should come out and clarify. Okay. Antrek, we like to say welcome. You are the only lady, of course, on this platform, and today being International Women's Day, we throw all of the accolades into your lap and we say congratulations.
That's a
And
heavy load to carry.
yeah, take
Please,
the message
I'm
to all
not
the women.
able to. Thank you anyway. Thanks.
Yeah.
I want to
But
say a happy Woman Day to all the strong mothers, sisters, and wives around the world, and most especially to the resilience and courageous Liberian women. I want to say a happy Woman Day to you. All the women of Liberia, the young girls, the older women, our old man, and everyone. You people are strong. You people are the most beautiful and most awesome women in the world.
Okay. Let me see
Love
something.
you, love you, love you all. And God bless Liberia. We are going to make it one day. Yes, now to politics.
yeah, okay. Moving forward,
Mhm.
we hear the shortage of gasoline in Monrovia, and there's a
Are we
lot of
done with the ANC topic, the CPP?
yeah, but probably if you have your own contribution to make, because or what we're being careful here about is that we do not have details of anything, the speculations that are going on. We do not have details. So what
Mhm.
we're only trying to put in context is because people are saying that,
So,
oh, why would
so,
the
so
ANC?
you afraid for entry to talk?
No, I'm not. I'm only laying the groundwork for you to understand what we've been discussing. What we've been discussing is that we do not have the details. So everything we
Mm,
say, we gotta be careful about what we say because we could deny, we could confirm something that we don't know. But
mm,
what we try to establish here before is whether it
yeah.
is wrong for parties coming together to have any interest that is bringing together. Like the example I gave, boys coming together to cook their little dry rice in the evening. Everybody, one person can do all. So
Mhm.
everybody brings small thing and put it together, and
Yeah,
then
so
when we look at pot
somebody
boiling.
got to steam chicken, somebody got to bring sardines, somebody, oh, all those things.
No, then don't bring our secret outside. Somebody got to bring oil.
They finish putting it outside. That's just what they used to do. Go to the home and small or the other one go to the home and small chicken soup, go to the home and small fish and put
So
So
everything together. But
yeah,
when one
so
person grab the whole food and take the best of it, then trouble can fighting start.
but you should also know one thing, guys.
Mm.
Before Andrew start cooking the food, we know if Andrew is the best cook in this kind of situation. So if we are
yeah,
coming, if we are coming together if we are coming together as a team to put something together, let's know if Andrew will be the cook and I will be the
Mm.
one that blowing the
I don't
fire.
even
if
cook. I
I,
don't know how to cook.
So we that should be from the start. We know somebody has to decide. Andrew, can you cook well
No, I
before
don't
you?
know how to cook.
No,
That's
I'm
the
just putting
thing.
it into
So
perspective with the agreement, what we're talking about with regard to the
yeah,
agreement.
I know.
If
I'm
there's
not
any,
yeah,
just killing.
yeah, there's anything like agreement there, they should know. Oh well, are you qualified to go to cook, or is Porch can blow the fire,
Yeah.
or is who can skin the chicken well, or who can? Those things should be from the start. We should know. So at the end of the when we come to cook now, when we finish
Mm-hmm.
eating, we say, oh, the food is not sweet. Then who should we blame?
the
I
cook
mean, I just all right then. I'll just
because
let Andrew
Yeah,
go on.
Mr. Jamel, that's the same thing that happened from the beginning of the formation of the CPP. There was nothing put on the table. They just left everything open. So yeah, You just see an old racing car like JMB get on and say he want to be president. After there's no track record of him, of anything that he have done for the country. So it's good that in every organization before the formation there should be rules and regulations. There should be everything placed on the table. The cards should be laid on the table perfectly. Everybody understand their role and who is going to be who in that, because of transparency's sake. So for me, I think whatever rumors that is going around is just from distractors who have already left the CPP, and they have tried in whatever way to destroy that which they have left, and that's just it. So I will advise the both parties that are now still within the CPP not to give them any credence, and not to fall prey to their traps. Yeah.
That's a
And if
very good point.
yeah, and if Belete want to be a vice president, if he is capable, why not? I see most people. One of the things that made me, I'm somehow not supportive of the UP is because of this tribal politics. The issue of tribal thing in Liberia has brought the country where it is today. We should all know and realize that Liberia is for every Liberians. If you take your passport out there, they are not going to ask you whether you are Madingo, whether you are Bassa, whether you are Crown, whether you are Grebo or Pele. But the only thing they are going to ask you which country you are coming from and who you are. I'm a Liberian. I am from Liberia. We are all Liberians. So we should not allow these these are corrupt politicians, greedy politicians who have kept our country in the shackle of poverty. And this is the politics that they always preach, to divide our people and then keep them in poverty. We're not going to allow this to happen anymore. If a Madingo man is capable of being a vice president, why not? If a Madingo man is capable of being a president, why not? We are so proud of what happened in America during the regime of Barack Obama, the first Black ever president in America. So, yeah, we are in a democratic world now. We should start accepting everything around us. It is enough. We can't allow these people to keep destroying us, tearing us apart as Liberian. We are one, and we will continue to remain one. One Liberia. That's what we want. And this is why some of us, we sit on the platform every day and try to push and sensitize our people that ANC is the way forward. Mr. Cummings is the way forward, because we need a president that will unite our people. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are Madingo, whether you are a Gio, whether you are a Crown, we are all one Liberians. That's what matters. Enough is enough now.
Having said that, this reminds me, Mr. Cummings was in a gathering a few days ago. I think the Muslim women, they were launching some fundraising program, and Mr. Cummings and Mr. Ability were there. And one thing that Mr. Cummings said is that tribe does not matter in Liberia anymore. Everybody is Liberian. That's most important. And I was in a conversation, in a talk show conversation this morning from America, early this morning. And all of the panelists there, their topic was ability. Or why is Cummings, quote unquote, choosing ability? Or why is he relying on ability? What can ability deliver? How many Madingo people in Liberia? How many Muslim people? How many are they in favor of this? And I was like the lonely guy fighting the whole case. That first and foremost, Madingo is a new tribe that is spread out throughout the 15 countries in Liberia. And they are saying, oh no, Madingo does not have a stronghold, they spread out because they are traders. Yeah, they are traders, they spread out. But if one Madingo family moves somewhere, they born 4 children, their children born 4 children, their children born, what happens? The population is growing there. Okay,
Yeah.
in as much as they do not originally come from that country. And then I said, okay, what about Lofa? Lofa, they got the Quadrubondo Madingo chiefdom. So Madingo people, they also have ground there. They say, oh no, because they are trainers, so they settle on the border or the same thing in Lima. And people got this mentality, this tribal mentality. And
Yeah.
one of the speakers on our, or one of the callers on our show this morning, he said, the tribal sentiment in Liberia is what drives the politics. And I tend to agree with him. And then
Yeah.
the other guy said, no, under no circumstances that Omaningo Mek can ever become president of Liberia. And he even cited the example of Ahaji Krumah, whether
Yeah.
Krumah and the late Ahaji Krumah and Musa Belite, who was the most popular Madingo person. You see, so
Yeah.
people are building these things in their mind that this tribal thing is what what can make things happen for Liberia, and this is what destroys people. Okay,
Yeah. It,
and
it, it, it just it just
we are not
tear
looking
us
at that.
apart. Yeah.
Well, let me come in here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, people need to be educated in Liberia. The first people on our land that we call Liberia today were the Mandingos. Go
Yeah.
back in history when they talk about King Boswin, check his background, his Mandingo. The first
Yeah,
people.
Madingo.
Yeah, if people don't know their history in Liberia, that's what they think. We had a Mandingo president lately. Eddie Johnson said, leave. You're married to a Mandingo man. So what the nonsense is about?
I'm telling you, these are the people
The
who
best
are
finance minister we have, they are Amar Kone, his
he was the
successor.
Madingo, yeah.
So all the nonsense is just, it's not about being Mandingo. That one thing we should look at. The people that are going after Musa Berete, it's not about the tribe. It's about the religious aspect that they want to bring into it, and which is wrong.
Yeah.
You see, that's all. Musa Berete capable of being president. He has never committed any crime in Liberia. Charles Taylor killed people, they voted for him.
Yeah.
Prince Johnson killed people, he's in office. How they call this guy? Where's this guy from Nima County? Doffa Dolo.
Yeah,
He
Doffa
voted
Dolo,
for
he's
him.
a senator.
George Bole.
George
So,
Bole, all of
this
them.
got nothing. So if they say Musa Bede the criminal, what's the criminal thing that he did? If he can vote for Charles Taylor, then what? So that nonsense, I wouldn't buy into it. So those propagandalists that want to go because they see the fear factors here that these two parties come together to make sure we are 110 president, so they get cold feet. That's it's all about. And now
And they are
It becomes
doing
our
everything.
responsibility. It becomes our responsibility to educate people, because people, like I said, look at the voting population, and that program that Mr. Cummings attended, hosted by the Muslim women. Prior to that, Mr. Cummings had also gone to one program organized by this boy called Kotoma King, and the children, the young people that are in our group, they call themselves the first-time voters. Okay, and those are people who were not 18 years in 2017. Now they have become 18 and plus. Okay, and they will be voting for the first time. And this group, they form a very good number. So these are the people that will sort of be educating, telling, because they travel team. Because I'm from Lima, or I'm from Pong, I'm from Basa, and so everybody, and I don't understand if people do not follow history. Samuel Doe was from the southeast. He was crying. He killed Sapo people who are also from Grand Jiga. Thomas was saying, okay? So anybody can become bad.
Yeah.
No matter where you come from. And anybody can become good, no matter where you come from. So you shouldn't base your judgment or your voting and thing on somebody because the person comes from the same travel background. The person might not even care about you. He might care for different people. Okay? But people don't understand, and so we just got to try to educate people on the fact that tribalism has no place in society.
Yeah.
And
Well,
people
in Liberia, they have it. So it's something that we have to offer her to keep telling people, look, this got nothing to do with there's a lot of intermarriages have taken place in Liberia. The most ability in question, his mother, that man or woman. So what becomes so now, you see what happening? A lot of us with like this intermarriage all over the place. So what that nonsense or tribe is I would just nip it when it come my way because it doesn't make any sense. You see, yeah,
I,
my sister over there, she got a crew woman mother. Yes, she right here. So
A crew woman, and a fuller man.
so
Can you imagine?
I mean, so you tell me what kind of
I,
we mix all over the place. We got
Yeah,
in London here, we got a Japanese Liberian.
I know, eh?
We
I
all
think
over. So what becomes you know it there, you gotta I mean, I can't say it all.
A
I
Norway,
can say
Liberian,
you see,
I
listen.
got Asian Nigerian.
Asian Liberian, huh?
What
Asian
what I
Liberian. So
what
it's
I
just, yeah.
yeah, what I think is scary. It's getting scary. You see, I'll tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, what happened to the rise of ACO Party, the former Alaji, the late Alaji Kuma Party? You know what Rice giving out about 400,000 Liberian Madingos are registered to vote. 400,000,
That's a huge number.
Mm-hmm.
and that's a scary number, and that's a huge number. So if you talk about votes, that's another vote. That's a numbers that could go anywhere, and that could be another political party can go for that particular vote. That's
Mm-hmm.
what being. So that's what. Second to that, I think the whole thing about the travel ethnicity, the travel issue, travel card has to do with somebody's infiltrating into LP and ANC to break them apart, so they will
Yeah.
not come together to win the vote. That's
To
what I
That's
win,
see.
right.
yeah. That's what
Their
they're
trouble
doing.
thing is now holding because let's agree that Musa has an issue. Let's forget about Musa. Let's go back to Bernard Yuri, who he had issue where he can't run as vice president. He's not Madingo. He's of a different background. He's considered to be the more favored tribe. It's been conditioned. People might be conditioned that a Muslim and a Madingo cannot run for presidency, which is going to be a history in some time to come.
It
But
will
father,
still happen. It
but
will
the
still
father matter,
happen
yeah,
if
we
you
need to
think of
think.
it.
We need to go beyond that. We're beyond that. You know, this is how the system, like we were building a system where people believe that certain group of people have to run the country, and we've gotten rid of this generation. Need to get rid of that and think like it's not something to be sensitive. It's sensitive. We have to you have to say in a way that people understand. We're not raising anybody high blood pressure yet. What we need to understand that the politics of ANC and LP should understand that people should not infiltrate into the party and break them apart so they don't be a collective force to get the ruling party out of power. That's all the game. They're coming all these things. Someone is saying, well, why Musa should go. Musa, I don't think Musa have made anything public that he want to be vice president. If he does, he's qualified, but he's not making any honor of this statement. So what I said today, so let's wear what ANC is saying with to get to what is the request LP is asking ANC. If consider if quote unquote Musa want to be president or vice president, if it's a bad ticket, that should have been from the start. You got me. Musa should be from the start. Musa, for social reason, we can't put you on the ticket. We could not go on the ticket for social reason. It could be any other person. But now, because it's of his trouble connection, people are playing on that very well and hurting. You're going to hurt ANC. I'm telling you, any divorce LP for ANC, that's the end of ANC.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or that is it. That's
But
the end of
Mr.
ANC.
Jamel, ANC has to be wise.
Yeah,
Have
that's what
to
we're
be
saying.
wise and don't allow themselves to fall prey to these
Exactly.
corrupt and greedy politicians, because this is
Yeah,
just what they are trying to do.
Musa is not asking for power. If Musa is asking for it, well, let's agree that if let's consider that it's now we're just trying to kind of put something here together. Let's agree that from the start, Musa said we want LP to go for the vice presidency. And they know very well that Musa is the chairman. You could grab anytime. So why is ANC can't say, well, if that's the case, Musa can take advantage of it. And Musa seems to be the back ticket, or it can be sold out to voters. You could discuss it from the start. This is not what we want, Musa. If we need something to do, this won't work well for us. Can we agree on it from the start? If this was not agree, then at the end of the day,
the
yeah.
interesting thing about this whole discussion with Musa and the ANC is that the people who are crying, they are the people who are detractors of the
Yes.
ANC.
But
Okay, so why are you crying?
working well for them though. You don't understand
Yeah.
that.
You remember what Mr. Cummings said? I will make Joe we are one-term president. And getting Musa on his side, Joe will become one-term president. And the guys know.
The story was Musa was an agent for Weah. That was the story from the start.
Yeah.
Right? He was an agent for Weah to come and just distract and just confuse the whole game. Then we got to know who is the real distractor.
Yeah.
We know that now. The guy is coming out from that. That's what we said from the start. He may have an aspiration for his party. I don't think Musa wanted for himself. He wanted for LP. That's the case. But there should be some discussions from the start. if we still wait to see what ANC want to say, the leadership will come and say, but what we want to say here, we got to be very careful. People are infiltrating the ANC and LP ranks to break this thing into pieces. And this
Yeah.
is what we want to do. We have to be extremely careful. Let's not play on the trouble thing. Look, you
Never.
can't get rid of a Madingo be Liberia. That's out of the question. That's a game. They all we were born generation 50 years ago. There's been a story. We still live there. We enjoy the ride. We enjoy every other ride Liberia have. So that's not a problem of trap. It's a problem. People play game on that. They play on our minds.
Yeah.
When you talk about trap and religion, so yeah, I can't do that. I'll start fight for it. So it doesn't work.
And adding to what Jamal said about people suspecting previously that Musa is the agent for WIA. And today I listened to the Indian talk show host, and he was there like, whoa, Musa, why Musa didn't talk about this thing long time ago? That now he coming, he finished eating Cummings money now, and he know that same Cummings cannot make it, so he put in another demand that okay, I want the first president's post. If you don't give me it, then I'll go. Then if finish, man, come and finish. And then you got people believing him and people buy into it.
And I can tell you something for a fact. If Musa have to do anything, Musa will put this on the ground. This is I'm contributing to the cost, and this is the cost we help you will be contributing. This is what ANC will put together to fight the cost. He will not take anything for ANC. Definitely will not take anything for ANC. He will want to say, this is our contribution, West ANC contribution, let's fight together. This may have been said from the beginning, but I'm telling you something that allowed to come out of it. For now, it's quite an interesting topic, but what you need to be very careful, like our sister said, people are infiltrating this. They want to break the two parties together. They want to start with, they will say, we told him, Mr. Comey, you can't commit to agreement. This is what they want to look like. They want you to look ugly. So Mr. Comey will go away and he will listen to other people, and this thing will break apart. ANC will be looking like the bad guy in the game. We did not commit to what we have agreed on from the start. It shouldn't be this way. This is not about trap. The people are playing with the game. So we easily got caught up in the trap and religion thing. It doesn't work. So this is not going to work. So ANC needs to be very smart and make a quick decision on this.
And Jamal, let me add to what Jamal said. Let me buttress a little bit. Musa said something on Spoon yesterday. He said he gave the number of the ethnic Mandingo group. He said the number is this number. And
about 400,000.
400,000.
Registered voters.
And when they vote one way.
Yeah.
So he sent signal to them.
Whoever is going to
If he sent signal to them. So
whether we are or whether it is.
So 400,000 they vote one way. So ANC and Liberty Party, think about it. Joe, we are one-time president, so they want to break this thing. I keep seeing it because
that's what they're doing. They carry all kind of false propaganda.
Let me say something quickly. I know, Linfine, I think we have exhausted it. Let me say quickly. You know why ACO became very popular lately? On a allergic chroma, it was not that big. It became very popular right now when they took over. You know what happened? When Costa was the cost, Costa is making Musa popular. This guy said, why can't the Madingo man become the chairman for Delon?
A Basel party.
A Basel party. When the people heard that, what Paul just said, when the people heard that, it's okay. Now, you know what happened? We will support our son. We will support our own party. There were thousands show at Anthony Thomas Stadium. You saw that turn up? They're launching. You saw what they are doing? They are putting thousands of money up together to support whoever come over there. So Musa can be their son. Forget about it. They know that ACO will not win presidency, but they can put their numbers out and win any seat. You can't stop that. So those are it's not about the vote, it's about the votes. That's what politicians want.
And I think what the ANC supposed we are just putting ideas together, right? Yeah, I think what the ANC should be doing now is play, since the people want to play the travel game, let ANC, because everyone of us in ANC, we get that support, that are sympathizers or supporters or members of the ANC will come from some tribe too. So since they want to play the travel game, then ANC should be playing in a Madingo camp, in a Muslim camp.
If our advisor to come today, I will tell him to take pen and paper now, sign our deal, seal the deal, and make sure we are one-time president.
Because look at what happened in Niba County.
Let history be made, and they made history. First female vice president, so we will make the other history for them.
Prince Johnson enjoying the Labor Day for Niba County. You know why is that? Because the Niba was too behind. So all the good thing, as you said, Linford, go to all the counties. We got more than 2,000-3,000, I think it was every county in Liberia.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And they will give that vote to one person. They don't care. They don't want to
Mhm.
know whether you right, you know how to do it. That's how to do. Because he
They are
talks that religion,
united.
talk about tribe. So
They
if
are
you talk
united.
religion and tribe, you care them. So those guys who think that they are getting to people, they are making those guys, they're giving Musa more power. You talk about tribe and religion, you got support. People in the Madingo and the Muslim community may not like Musa. Because of that, they will raise support for him. So they are not even sensible what they are talking about. So what we are saying here is they need to be very careful, and also ANC need to be very careful. If they don't want Musa to run up, they can always have a deal. If Musa is a bad ticket, forget about being a trap. You can always settle something with him to go another way around. But if you listen to another trap, the vote is what counted, because what will happen is next party will negotiate with ARCO in the second round to get our votes, and the vote that what counts. So we all talking about our votes.
And when you strike the point about ANC being very careful, I think ANC knows already that they should be careful, because
Yeah.
what happened? They should learn lesson from the breakaway of the Benona Ure group, that
Yeah.
kind of party, that group, and also the Unity Party. So that alone should teach them sense.
Call
And let me
them,
tell
call
you,
them the greedy people.
Okay,
Okay, sorry,
another
no.
area, another aspect that they play on is that Musa Belete is a criminal. Musa Belete owes the government, and he's working for the government because he wants the government to waive it debt and blah blah blah. Now, tell me, who's in Liberia in government now that is not a criminal? Jovia, had that been convicted by the guy, the
Well,
international community already started there. The man
I
was
love
accused of
that. I
stealing
love
donors'
that
funds.
you just said.
Do not form international community accusing of that. Number one. Number two, Joe Howard Taylor, her husband was rebel leader. Okay. Number three,
But
Prince
I
Johnson,
said I
senator,
true.
sing government,
I
and
said
all
it's
these
a
things.
true.
So Musa Belete, even if he took money from FIFA, Liberia is not FIFA or FA. FIFA is different from Liberia. So let FIFA go carry Musa Belete to court and whatever. Okay. So why are you worried about somebody when you got criminals in the government? So it's all about distraction. But again, like we said, the education, we got to teach it, we got to educate our people that this is all about distraction. And I will encourage the ANC now to begin to play in the Muslim and Mandingo camp. And I like what Mr. Cummings did. Can you imagine that he went to that party, no Muslim women? Okay. And I know the Mandingo people very well. I got Mandingo friends, very close friends. They will take that message to their friends, and they will take it to their friends, tell it that, and how it will spread. So our Muslim brothers and sisters, people are saying that you do not have votes. People are saying that you are not citizens of Liberia. But Mr. Cummings does not care whether you're citizen of Liberia or not. I mean, I don't understand. It's like in America when the Americans say the Mexicans cannot be citizens, but he allowed the guy to come and work. He pay his taxes. He put all his children in America. He got about 4 or 5 the Mexicans and put a lot of children. Then they say the father and the mother cannot be citizens, but all the children are citizens. And they pay,
Texas,
they live
they
there, they enjoy
get
everything. So I don't understand. So
the Mexicans, there are many in Texas. The
of
whole
course,
of Texas.
Texas is part of Mexico, though. They get to get from there. That's what I read next week.
Look, I have this conviction. I think what happened here is, and what a lot of propagandists find it difficult now. Why is it the two people who try to break them from the start? It's not working. It's still holding on, because when it all started, they started with Musa ability tampering with document. On the other side, they gave him all sort of name. He stood with Cummings. Then he turned the document to Cummings.
So Cummings,
the two people stay together. So the same propaganda once, the people, they may want to be vice president, they're running with this story. So let's be patient. I think ANC today now just see the D here and just make we are one-term president. That's what I was saying. What
we like it out. The man is capable,
see the deal with Liberty Party and make George a one-term president.
One-term president, finish. And take our country. We need to take our country back. Take it back from those criminals, those people who have kept us in poverty.
And another addition, politics about spending money. Musa is one of the guys willing to spend.
That's right.
He spends. Any other party, he spend money, he doesn't care. He spend as well. And if you spend, like, you spend money. Musa might put up to 20 million for anything. He will do it. He's the guy that I know that he's willing to spend. And if he for you, it's for you. I think from the start, what I would keep saying is, We don't know the agreement that was put on the paper between ANC and LP. We still wait
Yeah.
to see what the agreement is like. So as long as we wait to know the side of ANC needs to make that clear to us. So when we're able to conclude on this. But what we all been saying here is ANC need to be extremely careful. We are at the crossroads right now, where the traitor will infiltrate into the ranks of ANC and LP and just dismantle the whole group.
Destroy
We
it,
have to be very, very careful. Using the tribal and the ethnicity and the religious card together separated. It won't work. Like what you're saying, like all these United States, all these are all story. Don't in this generation talking about citizenry. It's alienate people that are still you met them generation to come. Those doesn't hold ground. Let's look at
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So that's laughable.
You're not sitting in a women country with both of the women country citizens. Then the guy, your brother, who you born, you saw him there, you see. That's it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's extremely laughable. What I'm thinking, I'm not even taking that conscious. What we need to do, we need to just be conscious with ANC issue LP, and how we can move forward and put this country forward. It's too embarrassing that you come to this part of the world, your country stays really into poverty and stuff. We're working for people. We need to be home fixing our own country, and we stay calling one another. You have this country, you have this background. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, yes. Oh, Jamal, let me throw something in this. If you go to Liberia now, everywhere in the country, they call Jalo shop. Jalo feed them with bread and butter in the evening. Without Jalo, a lot of people don't eat. So when it comes to the other one, then Jalo not important. You see how crazy we are?
Jalo, my man, but nigga, very plenty back.
But you know, and chairman, that's not only T-shirt Jalo girl, Jalo even and shiny shoe on brush.
Yes.
When Jalo closed that shop and shiny shoe. Let me get you one story. My mom, she loved to tease her in-laws too bad. One my grand auntie, she has a house in Newtown, and this house it has a shop, where people can open a provision shop. So she rented one of the other shop to a fuller man. The man came, he was the only one in the shop. So they rented the shop to him. My mom called me, she said, come. I thought that something happened. She said, come, nothing happened. Come, me tell you, Tony. He said, you see that man over there? He just came to rent the shop from your grand auntie. He said, but that's not what I call you for. The reason why I call you, you see him, he's the only one that came to rent the shop. And go see, he ain't got nothing in that shop. The only thing in that shop right now, that the hot water, where he making tea, he was making tea. And then non fuller but after 1 month, we'll come back again. Because we learn law. So she said, we'll come back again. The shy can't say hello, how the business, but that's not what we're coming for. I'm coming to tease you about your people. So after 1 month leave for when we came back, we say, hello, how you coming out of the business? The place okay? He said, yeah, it's okay. When you go look, leave for, you know what we're in the shop? It elevated to another thing.
My people, I beg you, I won't be able to be talking now. I will be listening.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So it's elevated. He only had they are long tea flags so they can sell tea and bread. Now we have and sugar and small thing and small thing. When you go look, after another 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the high started going. The whole shop become filled. The next thing my mom said, you see what coming happen? He coming go send for a full hour more in Guinea.
Yeah, of course. That's what that's what.
So the people can come with nothing, absolutely nothing they can come with. But they elevate themselves.
They are very industrial people. I mean,
yes.
My old man used to have this shop, and we used to rent portion of the shop to them. Even the Mango Taylor boys, they will start first pressing. When you go low, I mean, who are pressing and
Yes.
putting button on the clothes. The next time
Yeah.
you
The
machine, then
deep
you so
shock. Yeah.
it's all about being focused. But the crust of the whole thing we're discussing here is that this tribal thing does not have place in any society right now.
Yeah.
I don't know when women tell us about tribe, then we get fed, we say that racist, but we can tell our
Yeah.
own people about it.
Our
We
own
come
people
from,
about tribe.
so I don't understand. But the message out here, as of now, from me and from I think all of our panelists here, is that
Yeah.
there is nothing about tribe when it comes to the ANC. Because
Yes.
if there were, because I don't understand why would somebody be looking at tribe when we all live in the same country? Okay,
We all
so
have the same skin.
yeah, but besides the
So
same skin,
when
besides the
somebody
same
tells me,
color
no,
skin, right?
that's the thing, but that's
Tell
the
me,
thing I don't
if you say
understand.
you're moving all the Geo people from Liberia today, where you carrying them? If you're moving all the Pele people, all the Mandingo people, where you carrying them? So there is no way, nobody, and in no sense can anybody uproot anybody who tried the Civil War. We tried doing something like tribe against tribe, and we saw what happened. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
it
It
did
caused more
not work
damage.
at all.
It caused more damage than we could think
Instead,
about.
it destroy our
So
country more.
So,
Put us
so
back.
I think Liberians should learn from what we passed through during the wartime and forget about this tribal thing. And
Yeah.
the people who wholly believe that Musa Belete is Mandingo man or he's a rogue, he can. I don't understand. Okay, the man a rogue carrying to court, will get caught.
Going to court, let him defend himself.
Yeah,
Or the
people.
international community will take him to tax. Let him
Well,
answer questions.
our
Whatever
time
did
is
they
fast.
try
Time
to tarnish a
we
mere
got 5 more minutes
repetition?
to go. We got 5 more minutes to go, and uh, I wanted for us to discuss a little bit about the gas shortage in Liberia, but I think the time is gone. But what I want to also see is that the gas shortage, for me, I think it's artificial because if
Yeah.
gas is short on the market in Liberia, why is it that only the private vendors or people who are hiding it behind the corner, you come and say, Mama, begin, I want 1 gallon, then they go and bring 1 gallon. But you go to the whole big gas station because that is gas stations that didn't want importing, right? So if they don't have it, they got tankers at the APRC storage facility, okay? But they don't have gas. Then you go find one piggy who get 1 bottle, okay, 1 gallon somewhere. He can go and bring gas, but the whole gas station get it. So what's going on? Those of you who ever own car like before,
Yeah, well, my experience, living for is this: these situation, any other country can take advantage to exploit. It's
mm,
like whether you like what's happening now. Looking at
Yeah,
situation
well,
in
yeah.
Russia,
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. Like people with the gas sellers and not only small private gas sellers would think, well, this is start to make more money. What they heard in the news, oh, the price has been tripled. If it has not reached the news, that's why it's the market. They play with the market. They will keep it at home and triple the price. Even they were having it before, so that's what happened. They will not sell it. Some gas seller will keep that gas without selling it. So when you don't sell the gas, you're being in demand. So you say, oh, I got gas over not enough. I can sell it to you for when it used to be. A friend called me today, said the gas used to be $4. It's now $6 US. $6
yeah, but
US for the gas.
yeah, but Jamal, the question here is the
Mhm.
people who importing it, they don't have it. When the petty vendor, eh? The man who, let's say, he
Yeah,
can go to
that's
the
that.
gas station and
Yeah,
buy.
because that's why we like to go to corners and we like to cut corners. We'll get the gas from the street. Those guys are selling jerry can and stuff like little bottle. They're where they want to make the money. So that guy made money out of it.
Hmm.
By the way, just news breaking in. Just to let you know, Mr. Kumis will be on Spoon tonight. We're just coming
Oh,
out
okay.
right now. So that you know that if you are watching this, you'll be on Spoon tonight. I think Spoon time. You'll be coming on. That will be a chance to make some clarification there. So just what we're saying is good that it's coming out, just popping up. Anyway,
Okay.
that's how it works in Liberia. Not only in Liberia, all African countries. We want to exploit any situation. That's what
Yeah.
happened in Liberia. We know very well Georgia government is not serious. Anybody can do anything, he will not take notice. They're all there hiding money, spending money on girlfriends and stuff like that when they put a service. So they have to make money one way or another. I will keep the gas. You can't come to me, and I got plenty. But you know how you can get it for me for $6. She need it. She will buy it for me. That's how I make money. That's how the situation. If the situation is bad, it's bad for
Yeah.
everybody. That's how it is.
Okay. Well,
Well,
like I said, our time is fast spent. And
Dalton, I just want to make some announcement. every Wednesday from 8 to 10, I'm on the Borderline Radio Live to bring all the oldie but goodies, best music, and to talk about trending issue regarding Liberia. So
Wow.
the link will be shared. Borderline Liberia every Wednesday from 8 to 10. You can listen to me
Good
live.
news, good news.
Yeah, so we pretty soon the app will be coming up for people to download the app so you can listen to serious issue discussion on Liberia, and then this the 2 hours of music, oldie but goodies. Bring your memories back. So tune in every Wednesday from 8 to 10.
Oi.
Yeah.
Wow, you
The
sound great,
old
Paul,
people
on
ready
that.
to do it.
Okay,
The
but
old people ready.
this one, the final question I'm throwing out, so we can go. And this question goes directly to 2 people. Paul, you've been a regional, the regional director for the ANC Euro region. And Andre, I saw your picture on one flyer where there is a fundraising event that is coming up.
Can you display that?
Huh?
Display the flyer.
No, sorry, I didn't download it. My fault. Next Friday.
We can get
Friday.
it now if you want.
Okay,
I can send it to you.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
We
will see. I don't think you can send it. We will see it. I don't know if we can get it right now.
But
It's
can
in
you,
the
is
chat.
it possible for you to share it?
It's in the chat room.
It's in the
Could
chat
you
room, but
could you
I don't-
minimize? Could you minimize?
Okay, yeah. So we can be talking about it while Jamel sets up.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Andre, you are on that committee, I think. Tell me about this fundraising.
No,
are
I'm
you
not on the
taxing-
committee, but I'm aware of the event, which is on Sunday.
I saw your picture. I saw your picture on the flyer.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm aware of the event, which is scheduled for Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm
Tell
not.
me,
I'm
are you
not
going
on the
to? How do you
committee.
intend to raise this fund? Are you taxing people, or people just chipping what they got, or what? And
People
for
will
what
No,
are
let
you
me
raising
answer
it?
that question, Linford.
Okay.
It will be on Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
on Zoom on the 13th, and
Mhm.
ANC women, and then ANC. You see a lot of women on it. They tend to raise $100,000.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can do
so
it.
that's what the fundraising about. 100,000. So it's global event, and that's why you see all our beautiful ladies are pushing this. You remember we got 19 more months for election, and the party need money. You see, everything is money. So the women decided to raise $100,000. So that's what they form, and encouraging people. They will share the link where the money will be paid into ANC account, and they actually started raising money.
Yeah. So
The
is
last time I checked,
it about taxation, or people just chipping?
oh, like you in Norway say, would Norway get oil? You ready? Just give her 50,000. That's fine. It be part of the thing. So we're looking forward to all the oil money. That the way Russian oil money lost in now all over the place. If you can get hold of it and put it there, we'll be grateful.
Putin coming for you.
Okay,
For you.
I think it's going to be a success. It's going to be a success. But Jamal, if you can find that flyer on the next coming Friday on the program, in fact, that flyer will be the opening store for the program on Friday. So for those of you ANC sympathizers, and even people who are not ANC members, okay, who do not belong to any party, but you want to see the good of Liberia, we encourage you to be a part of that fundraising. It's going to be, Paul, you say on Sunday, right?
On the 13th, yeah, they'll be on the 13th.
And people, people who are not members of ANC, you can make your contribution. All you do, you can contact Bottom Line, you can contact ANC Global or ANC Global Europe. You can contact us. We'll share the link with you, and you can make your contribution. It's for a good cause.
And Mr. Cummins and his wife will be on that fundraiser as well. So there'll be a lot of things, and so we're looking forward to that. I mean, the women are pulling their weight. The men need to follow. Man, I think they already raised over $10,000 as we speak.
Behind every successful woman is a successful man, and behind every successful man is a successful woman. So we are behind our women.
Let the men then show their juice.
Well,
and
that's the women started the process already. So they raised up to 10,000 now. So the men will follow to make that money reach to 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Hey,
the last thing for quickly that I want you to throw light on is this planned visit of Mr. Cummings um to Europe. I think of Hanover in Germany in July. Um, am I right? It's going to be in July, right?
It will be on the 8th and the 9th of July. On the 8th is the arrival, is meet and greet. On the 9th is
Mhm.
we're having a massive dinner dance where we intend to raise over 100,000 euro.
Who all
So
can attend?
yeah, Mr. Cummings will be there. The team, a lot of people will be coming to Germany. People from all over the place. We'll get people from
It's
Asia.
an open event that anybody, any Liberian can attend and even bring their friends.
It's open to everybody, and the details will be put. We started publicity already, and the organizer will be telling you how much to enter the place and all that, because we tend to read. It will be a big team. People coming from all over. I got
Europe.
message people coming from Asia as well, just for the
Okay.
event.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid this is all we have time for. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Maurice Dolly. He's engaged, but he's been with us and he made some meaningful contribution. And this is not the last time we're going to have Mr. Dolly here. He's going to be with us whenever we need him. We're going to call him in. And of course, Jamal, he's been very, very busy, but working behind the scene. And sometimes when we come here, some of the good information will bring. Even if Jamal is not on the screen, he's somewhere behind there, just pumping it, and then we're working on it too. This is our teamwork. And
Thank
you
you.
see the ants. That's why I like the ants. That my most favorite group of animal, the ants. You see, they always work in team. You see, and they are cooperative. If we human beings could be like ants, my friend, that's every time I go in the nature, I observe a lot of things. Okay, the ants, I look at them. They are so cooperative that even the smallest one will still be working. You see, when they carry the load, so now they can kill grasshopper. One person can call it small. You see the small one carrying it, falling down. Then someone can help him. I say yes. If we human beings could be like this, we would not have problem. And Andre, she's very busy. She's all over the place, advocating, and she's here and there. But still, she will come. Even if the show is going halfway, she will still making her duty to come. And of course, Paul is always on my back. Paul is like calling me 4 or 5 times a day, my man. What happening today? We're coming on, and I can show you our viewers and all the rest of the panelists. As long as I'm well, nothing's wrong with me. We can show you that this program will be on.
Check Bottomline page. I'll send you the link. If you can just show the flyer quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Bottomline, you mean Facebook?
But no, I'll send it the WhatsApp group if you can see your phone, or you
Okay.
can make it the next time.
Yeah, I really can make it. It will take a little bit of time to
All
transform
right,
it.
okay.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll put it on Friday. That's going to be our flyer on the dashboard. So I want to say thank you all for being with us tonight, our viewers, and we got our constant number that will never go below or above. Most time we go above, we go fly high, then we'll come back to our constant viewers, and that I like. I don't want to be like the Indian talk host. You come on one second and you get 400 people. No,
Yeah.
where are people coming from? So the people you're waiting for you, they ain't what to do. They're sitting there waiting for you.
Mhm.
And so thank you very much for being with us, and we hope to see you on Friday. Invite a friend, share the video. After this podcast, you can go by. If you join us late, you can go by on Facebook and also on YouTube and watch it. Thanks to all of you, and this is how we like to leave you. Let's bring in Mr. Cummings to take us home with some message from his platform.
My name is Alexander Cummings, and I want to work with honest men and women to change Liberia for the better. I want to open the doors of governance to all capable persons. I want to use the collective brain power of all of our men and women. I want to build a nation of self-sufficiency. I want to build an environment that thrives on and promotes a vibrant Liberian private sector. I want to ensure that we are a nation where education is key in all of our national development priorities. I want to create and nurture a development agenda that ensures our young people have jobs when they graduate from school. I want to create an environment where our women have access to equal opportunities in every aspect of our society. I want to promote a system that uses our country's natural resources for the benefit of all. I want to see our country flourish beyond our wildest imagination. We are capable of doing it if we work together. We may not all agree all of the time, but we can set aside our differences and work towards charting a new course without the infighting, backbiting, and backstabbing. Whether you're a member of the ANC, ALP, LP, or UP, we must channel our support for individual candidates into championing our collective objective, defeating the Weir administration in the 2023 presidential and legislative elections, and ushering in a governance more prepared, more capable, more experienced, more skilled, and more honest men and women. With your help, we can move Liberia to being a better country. I thank you. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Continue, yeah,